I'm Samantha. I'm here at the AVA Africa Summit in Nairobi, and I just connected to Sunday, who shared some amazing information about his work, his career path, and how he's really developed this values-aligned career that is having so much impact on the food system in Africa. I'm excited for him to share a little bit more. So could you please introduce yourself, Sunday, maybe share a little bit about your career, and then I'm also going to ask you a couple questions after that, but we can start with that.
Okay, thank you very much, Samantha. My name is Senator James, and I'm happy to be at this event. I studied, my background, excuse me, is in applied biology. So, and majorly I've picked interest in food security, um, um, agriculture, then food processing. And I currently work as a data lead with Tulip Cocoa Processing Limited, which is a sub-organization with Ecom Global. And I also volunteer for Effective Animal Advocacy Nigeria. And basically, I would say that it's been quite interesting, volunteering with Effective Animal Advocacy Nigeria and also working in the plants or agriculture or food system space, right? So it's been quite interesting. And I think that's all I could say about myself. So what other question do you have for me?
So the first question is, why are plant-based diets important to you? How did you get interested in this? Why do you think they're important in the African context? Anything you want to share about that?
Okay, thank you very much. Africa, or let me take it down to Nigeria precisely, people believe that protein and all of that could be gotten from animal, basically alone. But we want to change that narrative by letting people actually know that there are other good sources of, protein. You have plant-based diet where you can get your food proteins and so on, right? And due to the overdependence on meat consumption, and which is actually affecting, the climate aspect and other, sectors in Nigeria. So we want to have a shift, on the overdependence on animal production and also consumption, right? So we want to make sure that people also pick interest on, or even get to know more about plant-based diet, and also pick interest, in eating plant-based, diets, thereby reducing the overdependence on, animal consumption.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And
Okay.
tying into that, how do you see this tying into your career? You are someone who has built such an incredible career for yourself,
Okay.
aligned with your values,
Okay.
having impact on food systems and climate.
Okay.
What advice would you give to students who are looking to build a values aligned career, whether it's in food systems or sustainability?
Okay.
What would you have told your younger self when you were starting?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Well, the truth remains that there are, quite beautiful career in the aspect of plants and also agriculture, food security, and so on. And I am very sure that many of these students, due to the fact that they lack, mentor and so on. Sometimes they find it very difficult to actually be able to explore this aspect. And through the effective animal advocacy, just like the last cohort we had, so which I facilitated, I was able to, give advice, to some of these students on, some of the areas in the plants aspect, like the food security aspect, maybe sustainability, and so on, that they could explore and be able to build career in that aspect and be able to make impact as well, right? So just like I did, because having the biology background, and when you talk about biology, you're talking about plants, that's zoology and the botany, and of course you can't talk about botany without talking about plants, right? So I've been doing a lot, in that aspect, trying to advise students, to build career in that aspect, so that, we can have more people, out there to be able to talk to other people, about, choosing a career in the plant aspect.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your leadership and for sharing your journey with our students. I know they're going to be so excited to hear the story. And thank you for all the amazing work that you're doing and for all the impact you're having.
You're welcome.